It was an up-and-down road trip to Chicago and Florida, highlighted by terrific defensive plays in the 3 wins, tempered by critical mistakes in the 3 losses. Tonight, Livan Hernandez with the major's best ERA and his easy-going style. The Nats look to get a piece of the Braves.
It's a great day for baseball.
Good to be back home. Fans are coming down Half Street, and the weather is beautiful. Get your programs. It's the Nats and the Braves in the first of 3. And Atlanta is the worst road team in the National League right now with a record of 3-10. I don't think they'll keep that up very long. Bob Carpenter, Rob Dibble. So it is great to be back home. And for the Nats, they've come through this tough stretch we've talked about. And maybe the road trip could have been a little better, but not bad.
Yeah, and there's been a couple of games we should have won even before the road trip, and that's been, the key to where we are right now. 13-12 record through 25 games. You see the 7-6 at home and the 500 on the road, which is right where you want to be. I think we could probably be a couple games better on the road. And then you look at the series. Keep winning series. 4-3-1 in series. And then 6-7 in those 13 games against those 2009 playoff teams, Bob. And it just shows you we've got a way to go, but we're in a much better place than we were last year.
Livan Hernandez has been outstanding. 3 out of 4 W's, 0.87 ERA. He's only 5-15 career against Atlanta, but that doesn't mean a whole lot because he's pitched for so many different ball clubs. But, Rob, he's been a revelation for the Nats.
Absolutely. He leads by example, and he may not have 98-mile-an-hour stuff, but he goes out there and he pitches. He gets people out. He makes them swing and miss, and when they do hit it back to him. That's the wrong place you want to hit it, but he's making these guys hit off the end of the bat, inside of the bat, doing a great job.
Now, Pedro, we all know who he is. Steve Rogers still holds many of the Montreal pitching records. Woody Fryman, Jeff Facero, Hector Carrasco, Livan there, Ken Hill. Those were all really good quality major league pitchers, and Livan's right there with the best starts in franchise history. Kenshin Kawakami goes for the Braves. We got a dose of him last year, his first year in the United States. Is he a typical Japanese pitcher with a lot of different angles and looks?
Yeah, he is a typical Japanese pitcher. He's got that hitch in his delivery. He throws a lot of pitches from a lot of different arm angles, and on top of it, he's giving up some runs, but not getting run support. So the Braves are not hitting when he pitches.
All right, how will he fare against some of the Nats' big boys? So far this year, Washington has hit 16 home runs. Not a whole lot. Both of our big guys have gotten this pitcher in the past. Zimmerman 4, Dunn 4. Those two have half of the Nats' home runs this year. brought to you in part by Jaguar. Visit your local Jaguar dealer to experience the 2011 Jaguar XJ. Great view down the Potomac from National Harbor, real close to where the Nats will be having their big gala for the Dream Foundation this Saturday. And here we are back home. The Nats coming off a 3-3 trip to Chicago and to Florida. And some game notes for you. 20 games in 20 days. Jim Riggleman said today that Adam Dunn will get a day or two off during this stretch. Ryan Zimmerman, Josh Willingham, all the guys will get that because he wants to make sure that Willie Harris, Adam Kennedy, Alberto Gonzalez, Justin Maxwell, and Willie Taveras stay involved with this ball club and get the playing time they all require. Adam Dunn hitting well lately. Jason Hayward will see the young Atlanta phenom in a moment when he faces Livan Hernandez, who has been nothing short of spectacular. Rob, in his 4 starts, he's gone 7, 9, 8, and 7.
Well, and it's exactly what you expect from Livan. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Change speeds from 63 to 86 miles an hour on the fastball. He'll pitch inside. He's going to give up contact against Colorado. Obviously, give up those 2 long balls on 2 mistakes and lost 2-0. But he's going to keep you in the game, and he's going to go deep.
Career record for Livan of 159 wins, 152 losses. He has started 27 games in his career against the Atlanta Braves, 5-15 with a 5.27 ERA. Of course, he pitched with Montreal, with Washington, with Florida, so he's been in the same division with the Braves for many, many years. Chipper Jones is 0 for his last 14. We know he won't be hitting 206 for long, but the Braves are 13th in batting average, 14th in home runs, and they're also 14th in runs scored. Only the Pirates and the Houston Astros have scored fewer runs than Atlanta. They put Yunel Escobar on the DL today, by the way, with a strained left abductor. And we've got some kids on the mound tonight. One of them gets the thrill of visiting with Livan Hernandez. Livan telling him how he's going to be pitching the Braves here shortly.
Oh, he just taught that kid a breaking ball. He's only 7 years old.
How to throw it 66 miles an hour.
Great numbers to start the year, Bob. Hopefully tonight it will continue. 11 straight years of 30 starts or more. And not a fan of the Braves, as you said. 5-15, a lifetime against them career-wise. The postman, he always delivers. This is a guy that will go out there and pitch in the cold when it was 43 degrees in Chicago, or pitch tonight when it's 80 degrees and stop the madness. Last couple of games, the starters have not done well, so go out there and just do what you do, Levo.
Defensively, the Nats are ranked number 7 in the National League. Willingham, Morgan, and Bernardina in the outfield. Desmond, Guzman up the middle. Zimmerman and Dunn at the corners, and Pudge Rodriguez, after a day off in Florida, is back in there tonight. Roger Bernardina still trying to prove himself for the major league level. 5 games, he's only 1 for 11. And the Nationals really need to start getting some offense out of that right field spot, Rob. It's on most ball clubs a spot where you're getting some power and some run production. And for the most part, it's been very spotty for Jim Riggleman this year.
Yes, it has been. I mean, we've tried a different assortment of guys out there. Willie Harris has been out there. Maxwell's been out there. Now it's Bernardina. If anybody steps up, hits 250 or above with a little bit of pop, they're going to stay out there.
Beautiful night here at the ballpark. Skies are clear, breeze blowing.
Roger's got some bug problems.
And there's the view from out there where they come down Half Street. Nate McLouth tries to bunt. The first pitch of the game. We're underway at 7:09. Clear skies, 80 degrees. Northwest at 10, just a bit of a breeze blowing. Nothing that'll affect the game much. Nate McLouth hitting only 172. Livan goes soft and misses inside. McLouth with an on-base percentage of only .299. He has struck out 19 times already this year. And we know that he's better than that. We know this Atlanta offense is better. And that one just goes skipping foul. Nate McLeod is a .260 career hitter. Mike Riley is the crew chief tonight. Mike Riley's 34th year. Eric Cooper, Bill Miller, and Chad Fairchild have the bases. I think the last time I checked, Mike Riley has seniority and umpiring to the major leagues.
There's that two-seam fastball that he will ride in on lefties, in on righties. He throws it right at the hip of the left-hander, and he'll throw it in the middle of the plate to try to get it in on the ankles of a right-handed hitter.
Target in.
Does it again.
Mike Riley, by the way, umpired the first ever game here in Nationals Park 2 years ago.
Here's the grip of the two-seam fastballs. You hold it in between the seams, and it rides down and away from the guy throwing it. Just a little bit of that tail action on that ball as he tries to get it away and get McLeod to hit it off the end of the bat. And, you know, Levon doesn't have, Ubaldo Jimenez type stuff where he can blow it right by you. And he tops out at 86, so he's got to not trick you, but he's got to make you hit his pitch because he knows he's going to pitch to contact.
3-2 again. And McLeod hanging tough, hits the ball out of play. The Braves tonight start a 9-game road trip. Now, they came home for 3 games after going 0-7 in New York and St. Louis. They sweep Houston, and now they take a 3-10 road record to Washington, Philadelphia, and Milwaukee. It was the worst road trip of Bobby Cox's managerial career. McLeod rips another foul ball. By the way, Bobby Cox had a wonderful honor today. We'll tell you about that after we see the standings with the Phillies on top. Then come the Mets a half game back. Nats and the Marlins tied, and then Atlanta at 11-14. Bobby Cox was honored on Capitol Hill today. McLeod with a good swing. That ball is going away from Nyjer Morgan. One hopping the scoreboard. How about that at bat for a guy hitting 172? He makes Levon Hernandez throw 9 pitches, and then he gets a double.
Well, Levon's not going to give in, but he's not going to walk you either. And right there, he throws a sinker away. Looked like McLeod kind of cheated up a little bit more on the plate on that pitch. Went over, covered the outside portion of the plate, and crushed it.
Next up, one of the league's leading hitters. And who just is Martin Prado from Maracay, Venezuela? Well, we saw some of his flashes last year as he hit .307 in 128 games. He has started this year on fire. Right now at .354, 4th in the league. 2nd in hits with 35. Good with runners in scoring position. And 5th in the league with 9 doubles.
Escobar, who was put on the disabled list with a abductor muscle problem in his hip, was only hitting .215 anyway. Not like he was tearing the cover off the ball. The difference a year makes.
Close and safe, says Bill Miller. All the way up here, we could hear the base coaches hollering back, and McLeod did.
Levon can handle his position. Excellent glove man. A lot more limber on his feet than you might think he is.
Well, Rob, you know how important footwork is on that throw. You're doing a 180 and throwing in the same motion. If your feet are not right, that ball goes into center field.
Well, and a lot of it's feel. That's what you do in spring training that first week. It's called PFP. You work on drills like that. You work on moves to first. You work on that fake move to third to first.
Line to right, and right there and dropping the ball is Bernardina. And the Braves have 1st and 3rd with nobody out. Error 9 on a ball that was just about letter high to Roger Bernardina, who's usually a good outfielder.
He takes his eye off of it, looking at the runner, He was seeing McLeod tagging. He's got a great arm, but you got to catch the ball first. And that is just one of those mental mistakes that the Nationals have been making lately, Bob, that you just cannot make, especially in the first inning when you're trying to set the tone of the ball game.
Talk about a way to help Chipper Jones out of an 0 for 14. Hitting 100 points under his career batting average. Left-handed, he's hitting a .196. The Nationals will be happy to trade a ground ball for a run here if they can get 2. And Chipper way out ahead of that one, rolling it over. You know, the bad thing about that Bernardina play, on a line drive like that, the runner's really caught in between. So there was very little chance Nate McLeod was going to be tagging anyway.
Well, he was running back to the bag, and that might have caught the eye of Bernardina, but you got to make the catch. You know, at this level, you got to make easy plays like that, and that's a routine play. You just squeeze the ball, take the out. Don't worry about the guy at second. Now you got trouble.
1-1 to Chipper. Big, slow breaking ball fouled.
And if you're Levon, you just forget about the guy at third and try to get 2 outs for the price of 1 with a ground ball.
And if you're Atlanta, this is what you need because your team's hitting .238. Almost everybody except for Prado and Jason Hayward in your lineup is slumping. Don't want to give them any help and wake up their offense. And a 1-2 pitch to Chipper Jones with the target away. Levon just misses low. Chipper more walks than strikeouts this year, and that's nothing unusual for him.
UPS Store pitch track right here. Sinking fastball just below the track. Against Chipper. Tremendous career he has had.
We do a lot more than shipping at the UPS Store. 2-2 now. Got him. So Levon didn't get the low call, but he got the high strike for the first out. And Chipper Jones out on strikes for the 12th time this year.
Didn't get the low sinker 2-2 pitch here on the pitch track. And he's going to get the beautiful sinking fastball right there. 84, took something off. It's the one thing about Levon. He's made over 400 starts, so he knows, okay, it didn't work against McLeod. I'll take a little bit off, get a little bit different feel on it, and he makes it move in for a strike.
Beautiful swing back action on that fastball. McCann takes ball 1. Bryan's hitting only .242. And one of the most dangerous left-handed batters in the league.
Don't go to sleep on McCann. He could lose one in a hurry.
In the last 4 years, he's had better offense than any catcher in Major League Baseball. He leads catchers with doubles, homers, RBIs, extra base hits, and in clutch hitting with game-winning RBIs, which is not an official stat anymore, but coming into the season, 52 of them in the last 4 years. They got rid of that stat back in the late 80s, early 90s, because sometimes the game-winning RBI would happen in the second or third inning.
True.
And some thought that rendered it rather irrelevant. So it stopped at that time being an official stat.
But I don't agree with that. Sometimes a huge 3-run home run in a well-pitched ball game, but a 3-run home run in the first or second inning is worth a game-winning RBI note.
Agreed. Big slow breaking ball for a strike.
Not fair.
Yeah, you're all geared up on 2-0 to get a heater, aren't you?
Yes, you are. Well, this is a hitter's count. 2-0, you're expecting something hard, and you get the soft kitchen sink right there. The 65-mile-an-hour breaking ball. Look at the knuckle curve. Just tremendous. Wow.
85 on that heater, 2-2. And it probably looked 93.
I was going to say on the breaking ball, if it was easy, everyone would have one. It's not, and that's why you don't see a lot of guys throw a 65-mile-an-hour knuckle curve.
And this time, Mike Riley gives him the low call that he didn't get against Chipper Jones.
I think Mike Riley's getting in a groove back there, too.
2-2 pitch, first and third, 1 out. a little surprised. Well, maybe not, because Pudge Rodriguez is catching. That Bobby Cox hasn't done anything with the runner at first, Martin Prado, on your right. But Pudge Rodriguez gunned a runner out in Florida over the weekend, and opponents have only tried to run on him twice this year.
Prado, no stolen bases so far this season.
3-2 pitch. I bet he's moving here. There he goes. Slow ball, and it's hooked well out of play. How do you wait long enough to hit that ball fair?
Well, first of all, you know he's not going to throw 86 by you, or maybe he will after the 65-mile-an-hour breaking ball. You try to keep the hands back. You got Troy Gloss, got some good RBI numbers, still not hitting for average, still not hitting for power. 14 games last year. They took a big risk bringing Troy in here, hoping to catch lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, he was hurt all of last year. 3-2 again. And the bases are loaded on the walk. I remember last year St. Louis thought Troy Gloss would be back playing sometime in May. He didn't get back until after September 1st, coming off right shoulder surgery. Had a couple of at-bats in the division series, and the Braves picked him up in January as a free agent. He's been to 4 All-Star games, had a couple of 100 RBI seasons with the Angels, 3 of them, in fact, 2000, 01, and 02. Levon misses. Big, strong right-handed batter. He's only hit 2 homers, but as Rob mentioned, some RBIs with 13. And over his last 2 games, he's 5 out of 8.
Thinking how many more pitches Levon's had to throw this inning because of that error. He's up to 27 now.
He offered, no swing, says Eric Cooper, ball 2. So you have a veteran who's 33 trying to renew his career. And then on deck, one of the brightest careers, it appears, that it's about to bloom in Major League Baseball. 2-1 pitch. Gloss into center. Nyjer Morgan. And that ball fools him. He has to go to the track and get it. And the sac fly will give the Braves the lead. And that was almost disastrous.
Well, the wind's not really blowing, but it's a tough sky, Bob. The sun just went behind the stands. Levon throws this pitch. It's a breaking ball down and away. Remember, it's a big man that hit that, and they should know that he's got a lot of home run potential and power. Nyjer, great recovery right there. Boy, if that ball gets over his head, 3-run score. And now you've got 2 outs, and that's probably the best way to face this rookie, Jason Hayward, who's just 7 homers, 23 RBI, and he is just growing every day as a big leaguer.
National League Rookie of the Month for April. They talk about his bat speed. He's 6'5", 240. And one of the things I've been told is that the Braves are trying to get him to be a little more aggressive. You know, he doesn't know these pitchers.
Patient, right.
And he takes a lot of pitches. Now, Levon will not get him 0-2 because it's 2-0 already, but because, Rob, he's been a little passive. He's had a lot of counts of 1-2 and 0-2 as he tries to get a look at some of these pitchers he's never seen before. And if you groove one here, look out.
Throws him an off-speed breaking ball. He does not want to give in to the rookie. Melky Cabrera hitting 213 behind him. There's your RBI rookie leaders right there. Freeze doing well for St. Louis at third base, and our own Ian Desmond out at short today.
3-0 pitch with Bobby Cox give him the green light.
He probably did, but like you said, he's so patient. Talked to Hall of Famer Dave Winfield about Mr. Hayward, and he just said, listen, has that big, long reach like Dave Winfield had. He likens him to a Freddie McGriff and a big, strong left-handed hitter.
The Braves have said over the years that the green light from Bobby Cox is something that they call the privilege. And sometimes only veteran hitters earn that after a certain amount of time. That was nasty, and the count goes to 3-2. Ryan McCann will be running off for first base. Another one. That was close, and the bases are loaded again. Melky Cabrera, the former Yankee, will be the 7th Brave to bat.
Well, the pitch track right here is going to show you that I'm not going to give in, even to a rookie. Does not give in right there. He knows who's on deck. He studied Melky Cabrera. He studied all these guys in the lineup, and he'd much rather pitch to this guy hitting just over 200. Came over from the American League from the Yankees in the trade. So, you know, he's not going to let the young Hayward lose the ball when he can attack a guy right here strategically.
Strike call. Cabrera hitting .269 in 4+ years with the Yankees, who signed him at the age of 17 out of Santo Domingo. The base running bunch: Prado, McCann, and Hayward. 36 pitches already. 0-2. Might sound funny, but if he only gives up 1 run, the Nats may go storming into the dugout with some momentum here. What does Levo have in mind with Pudge Rodriguez on 0-2?
Big curveball.
Well, goes up and away with a heater. Well, we've often said that Livan Hernandez, when he pitches, he's out there playing catch with his battery mate. Maybe that, well, I'm sure that pitch count doesn't affect him.
No.
The way it does a young guy. Faded one down and away, and Cabrera fouled it off.
Cabrera, the one thing he's probably pretty good at is protecting against breaking balls. The American League still more of a breaking ball league than the National League.
Yeah, good call there. He has struck out 12 times this year.
Probably got a lot more protection in that all-star Yankee lineup than the way the Braves are playing this year.
Livan tried to muscle up, missing low and away, 2-2. Steve McCaddy laboring through a first inning along with his starter. Reaching out to get it. Guzman. That might be the most pitches a pitcher has ever thrown while giving up a 1-run first inning. Finally, the Nats coming up, hitting .250, 10th in the league, 13th in runs. Trying to get some offense going as the homestand gets underway. Ryan Zimmerman hitting .370, on base percentage of .424 right now. And 14 of his 20 hits have gone for extra bases this year. He's been driving the ball beautifully. Guzman back into his customary number 2 spot. Hopefully that gets his bat going. Kenshin Kawakami, his 30th major league start. He's 1-1 in 3 starts against the Nats.
Let's give you a scouting report on Mr. Kawakami. Stop fooling around. Come on. You've had enough time over here. That record cannot be indicative of a guy that in an 11-year career in Japan, 112-72 and a 6-time All-Star. Seeing double and skid row, he is in a 6-game losing streak that goes all the way back to September of last year.
Here's Niger Morgan hitting .274. And a fastball is in there.
And the seeing double part, Bob, as you will see him double up from every arm angle, throw breaking balls and fastballs from the side, from 3/4, over the top, fork balls, everything.
Did he pull a bat back? Yes, says Chad Fairchild.
Also a good fielder, too. He had 3 Gold Glove awards over in Japan. This is the Central League's most valuable player. So he did an awful lot over in the Japanese League. Yet to do an awful lot over here.
Most games he ever won over there, 17 twice.
Which is good, though. They only play a 142-game schedule. Yep. So 17, probably 19, 20 over here.
Worst thing he could do would be to walk Morgan leading off. This year he's walked 8, struck out 10 in 31 innings.
So right now 7-16 career in 29 starts.
Morgan bunting, third base line, forget it, Chipper. That's a base hit. Perfectly done. And the Nats have their leadoff man aboard.
That will just add to left-handers hitting .375 off Kawakami. Now left-handers are 16 for 41. A beautiful bunt, deadened by Niger. And with Chipper not feeling well and having a bad back, he didn't even offer to try to throw that ball.
Tristan Guzman will be next. A left-handed bat that has to start producing some base hits. Guzman is .208 from the left side this year on 10 hits and 48 at bats.
Bob, and based on what Kawakami did in Japan, got a 3-year, $23 million contract from the Atlanta Braves, and that just tells you how valuable pitching is today. Obviously, we signed Strasburg, first-round pick, first pick in the draft, $15 million. Saw that Chapman throw, was throwing bullets for the Reds, $30 million for the 21-year-old Cuban.
Well, then you consider the Red Sox paid $50 million to have lunch with Daisuke Matsuzaka.
Give another 50 plus to sign him.
Yeah. A lot of that money went to his club to release him. Then they had to sign him. $15 million for Strasburg may look pretty good here in the next year or two.
Oh, look out.
And congratulations to Steven for his promotion today. Drew Storen has already moved up to Syracuse. On Friday, Masson will carry his first start at AAA. Ironically, against the Braves AAA ball club from Gwinnett. That'll be up in Syracuse, and that ballpark will be jumping. That'll be after Nats Extra Friday night delayed coverage. Guzman rolls it left side for Chipper Jones. And no chance for a relay. Prado takes it for the first out. Braves defensively are having a rough time. They've made 23 errors. Only the Marlins with 24 have made more. As Rob said, Chipper's ailing. Troy Gloss was a third baseman most of his career. They're without their shortstop, Yunel Escobar. And then they've got the young man Hayward in right field. Now we're told that Jason Hayward is a good outfielder. A plus arm, but not the same arm they had out there with Jeff Francoeur. Over time, that could change. Here's Zimmerman. So the Nats didn't move the runner, Morgan. Niger didn't show any desire to try to steal. Guzman bounced into the fielder's choice. Now here's Zimmerman hitting .370 with 13 RBIs. That number may not stagger you, but he's only played in 17 games. In some of those, he's only had one at bat as a pinch hitter. Riley gives the call on the inside corner, 2-1. Big Adam Dunn next. His bat is warming things up. But it would be like Zimmerman after a bit of a layoff to go home and do something heroic in his first at bat. We saw it Friday night at Florida. Big breaking ball. If he could have waited a little bit longer, it would be 2-1.
Good call. Heroic, almost all. Home run, but just a foul ball. As Bob said, gets out in front of the bad breaking ball. Almost like he knew what was coming, and he can't pull a Carlton fist bump there on that one. And he was just well out in front of that ball, too, and he still killed it down the left field line.
Next homer by Zimmerman or Dunn will give them the team lead. Way inside, ball 3.
Well, and just like Levo, he's not going to give in. I mean, he threw him a 2-0 changeup. And there he throws a 2-2 fastball in on his hip. Wouldn't be surprised if he threw him a 3-2 breaking ball or changeup.
With Guzman on the move, Ryan fouls it off. Last year, the Braves beat the Nationals 10 out of 18, 5 out of 9 here, and the same in Atlanta. And, of course, we had the memorable 15-inning game on the very last day of the season.
That was awesome. It did help the Nationals finish the final 7 with wins.
That's right.
Nice little streak.
It also kept the Braves from tying for second place. 3-2 again with 1 out. Guzman running. Zimmerman strikes out. McCann's throw is high. And Guzman is still out.
Wow.
It looked like there was no way they were going to get Guzman on this high throw. Inning over. Beautiful night at the ballpark, off to a bit of a strange start. The Braves benefiting from an error and 2 walks, score a first inning run. Nats had their leadoff man aboard, and then nobody even reached second base. 1-0 Atlanta. Omar Infante facing Livan Hernandez. Then the pitcher Kawakami. Then the leadoff man Nate McLouth. How do you throw 41 pitches and give up 1 run? Livan Hernandez did last inning.
Very carefully. And that's the way he pitches. Very carefully. Like a surgeon. Just dissects the strike zone.
Quickly 0-2. Omar Infante, veteran who's been around for a couple of different ball clubs. 6 years with the Tigers before going on to Chicago and then coming over here in a deal for Atlanta December of 07. There's a big slow breaking ball. Desmond on the charge. Look at that arm. For the first out.
All right, Kawakami, let's do the pitch sequence by the UPS store. Big breaking ball, ball 1. Big sinker, ball 2. And he's going to get look like a changeup. Bad breaking ball for a foul ball down the line. 87 in on the hip. 90 running fastball. And then the changeup. 83. Strike him out, throw him out. And then Christian Guzman, I don't know if he's got those rubber spikes on, but Bob, something stopped him from reaching second base.
He's got the rubber spikes on.
Unbelievable.
It looked like, they hosed down the infield before the game. It looked like he hit and just stopped. It was almost like it wasn't even a slide.
Watch. See, right there as he goes to put that foot under, it gets caught, maybe even on those long pants. I have no idea.
Here's the pitcher, Kawakami. Zimmerman to his left. And a couple of ground ball outs. In fact, 3 in a row now for Livan. Ryan Zimmerman, knowing the pitcher was running here.
The Zimster right there takes a bad hop, makes it look easy. That's not. It's an in-between hop, and Adam Dunn. Here's the Exmo. Beautiful action here as he picks it up, makes the grab. Never seen anybody catch the ball as it's going by him, Bob. He catches it, picks up his target, fires a strike right to the chest of Adam Dunn. Can you recall a third baseman that does that? Turns kind of a little bit towards the outfield to catch the ball?
No.
It's unbelievable.
I only got to see Brooks Robinson play on television. He caught balls in every imaginable way. And, of course, didn't Brooks tell you that Zimmerman's his favorite player
yes,
now?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I know there are some Cincinnati Reds fans who still haven't forgiven Brooks for what he did to them.
Wasn't it Lee May? I think it was Lee May he threw out. I think Lee May still hasn't forgiven him.
Yeah. 1-1 to Nate McLouth, who started the ball game with a double on the 9th pitch of his at bat. So Livan's had a hard time getting him to hit the ball fair. But he hit one fair that one-hopped the scoreboard and came around to score on the Troy Gloss sacrifice fly. And if you're keeping score, that run in the first was unearned because of the error by Roger Bernardino. He'll learn from that. He won't do it again.
Oh, I won't make any excuses for Roger because he should have caught the ball. But remember, he's been a center fielder his entire career. He's one of the fastest guys we have. And so he's playing right field.
Different
he's
angle.
Left-handed. It's a different angle he's coming in. And he's just thinking, I got to gun this guy out. He will think twice next time. Catch the ball first. Think about throwing a guy out second.
Yeah, and I wonder if a young guy puts a little more pressure on himself to make a play like that when he's not in the lineup every day.
Right.
And you're trying
and
to make an impression
either.
Yeah.
So when you're not hitting, you're not in the lineup, you're trying to impress all the people, the powers that be.
There's a fair ball that Adam Dunn scoops up, and Livan Hernandez has 4 ground ball outs in a row. Dunn will lead off Willingham, and Pudge Rodriguez to follow. About all things dealing with the number 2. We call it the Luna Double. And a look at the league leaders in doubles. Remarkable that Ryan Zimmerman has 10 already. And as I mentioned earlier, 14 extra base hits. Call for the Luna Double. Get your second room of flooring free at 877-241-LUNA. By the way, that was a 13-pitch inning for Livan Hernandez. Kenshin Kawakami in the second will face Adam Dunn, Josh Willingham, and Pudge Rodriguez. Adam's hitting .302 his last 11 games. He finally got off the interstate in Chicago last week, and he's hitting .233. He goes up hacking, which he doesn't often do.
Well, and you talk about Jason Hayward taking a lot of pitches, and even throughout this entire valley that the first month of the season was for Adam Dunn, but we know he heats up in the month of May. These two guys, very good power-hitting left-handed hitters, take a lot of pitches.
Adams walked 18 times this year, 7th in the league, 28 strikeouts. That's how you have a .371 on-base percentage when you're hitting just .233.
That. They flashed that up there. 57 home runs in May since '03.
Off-speed pitch. It slowed down Adams' bat. Easy out for Nate McLeod.
Bob, let's do the deceptive windups that Kawakami features. This is the windup. Now watch the legs. Look at this tanglement right here. Coming through, winding up. Nice, beautiful balance point. Kicks that leg back, gets everything together. Now he gets over the front leg beautifully, and the one thing that the Japanese Asian pitchers do so well is repeat delivery. And on the right, you've got his stretch. It's quick. It's about 1 second delivery. That quick extending the leg out. You'll see it from a lot of Asian pitchers, so they don't lose too much velocity when they're in the stretch.
Well, for an instant there, he looked like a skater getting ready to do a double toe loop.
I can honestly tell you that if I did that kind of twist and tangled leg deal, I'd fall right over on my face.
Josh Willingham to left field. Did he get it? Yeah. He sure did. And there's another National with 4 home runs. Willingham, who was 3 for 24, ties the game. And Rob, evidently, the Nats have a book on Kawakami that says attack early.
Well, attack early, and if you're a righty and you get a sinker that comes back in, that's the most dangerous part for the hammer. We know he loves the ball down and in. Fastballs that run in on hammer usually run right over the fence, Bob. Kawakami won't make that mistake again against the hammer. Look at it, he knows.
Kawakami gives up his second homer of the year for Willingham, his 4th. And as we mentioned in Florida the other day, Josh has been swinging at pitches that he was taking a week or 2 ago. So that's a very refreshing first at bat for him tonight after a day off.
And once again, you know, Kawakami in the windup does that little stop in the middle. It's a little pitch that a lot of the Asian pitchers do because it's deceptive.
And Pudge Rodriguez up the middle with a base hit. Adding to his .400 batting average. That'll bring up Roger Bernardino.
Pudge Rodriguez, watch him wait. He's waiting. Boom, right back up the middle. Hits it where it's pitched. I'm not going to try to do too much. May go for something in the gaps a little bit later in the game, but he knows right now we need base runners, we need some runs. Got to support my pitcher that's getting up there around 60 pitches already in the second inning.
Here's Bernardino, eager to atone for his mistake in right field.
Wow,
that gave the Braves a run. 1 for 11 in 5 games. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Chipper Jones on the grass at third, having to respect this man's speed. Short lead by Pudge, and a base hit to right center.
Get in there.
Rodriguez will go to third, and the Nats this quickly in position to take the lead in the bottom of the second.
Let's see our young man swing. Roger, if he can hit the ball a little bit up here, he is going to stick and start right there. Sits back nicely, gets the off-speed offering. Doesn't get a lot on the hit, but just enough to make it first and third. And now you got to make sure you break up a double play.
And he could be running.
Yeah.
He was looking, when you saw him nod on that tight shot we had of him, he was looking at Pat Listash, who bounces Jim Riggleman's signals around the infield. So here's Ian Desmond. This is a pretty live bat to have in the number 8 spot, and Riggleman's been very intrigued by having Bernardina and Desmond together at the bottom of the lineup. Fastball low. Desmond 6 for his last 20. Hitting .247. He's driven in 11 runs.
Well, and we know that Christian doesn't like to hit in the 7-hole, but I think it doesn't matter to Roger Bernardina and Ian Desmond. They're happy as heck to be in the big leagues and playing. They'll hit anywhere.
Yeah, it better not matter to them.
There's that fake
at this
third
point.
To first right there. They suspect that something is going on here, especially with Bernardina's speed.
Well, Riggleman's an aggressive manager who knows he has the personnel to run with.
And hopefully, though, if they throw through, Pudge doesn't try to score again from third. Don't need the double steal from the 38-year-old.
1 ball, 1 strike.
I know Jim Riggleman wasn't happy after the game. We can't afford to lose Pudge Rodriguez. He's just such a catalyst on this team. And you got Pudge Rodriguez over there at third. He took a good shot by Cody Ross to the knee in that last series in Florida. So got to keep the future Hall of Famer healthy, Bob. Just everybody feeds off of him, including us up here.
1-1 to Desmond. Good take on a breaking ball outside. Don't forget, there's a very good hitting pitcher on deck.
Who, by the way, is closing in on 200 hits for his career. He has 197 hits.
That's right.
How many homers has he got?
9.
I knew you had that. That's why I threw that in.
Well, it was funny because in New York, I kidded Levon about approaching the 200-100 club. He said, "What's that?" And I said, 200 hits and 100 sacrifice bunts. He has exactly that number. 3 more hits will get him to the first half of that. I think that's a pretty good combo for a pitcher. Running count, 2-1. Bernardino holding. Ball 3 on another hook.
Kawakami, as I said, he does not give in. He changes speeds from every arm angle. Good drop and drive guy. He's got very nice leg drive.
This is a number 8 hitter. You better not throw him one right down the middle.
And as I would say with our pitchers, it's early in the game. You shouldn't be worried about the base runners. I know you don't want Bernardina taking off, but as Bob just said, do not just throw one down Broadway to this young man, because Desmond could just jump all over it.
Yeah, he loses his concentration. It's 4-1. There's a shot up the middle for a base hit. Bernardina stops at second. Ian Desmond from the 8-hole delivers his 12th RBI, and the Nats are on top.
And that's stringing together a bunch of singles, Bob, after the home run. A beautiful thing.
3 in a row. And now a good hitting pitcher.
Well, 3 in a row led off by Yvonne the Great. So Pudge gets a hit, then Bernardina gets a hit, and then Desmond gets a hit. And as Bob said, you bring up a good hitting pitcher where anything can happen.
Well, you know, Rob, most of the time, it's automatic that a pitcher bunts here to try to move 2 runners up, even though it's the second out of the inning. That is not the case with this man.
No. And with Jim Riggleman, he's a very aggressive manager. We've seen him do a lot of different things. He may even start the runners and have them try to hit and run.
Levon does lay down the bunt. It's a beautiful one. 3-4 on the sacrifice.
Or just take the smart play, but it's a great play.
Sacrifice bunt number 101. Top of the order now with Niger Morgan, who bunted his way on first time. Great speed out there. And he hit into the outfield to put the Nats on top by 3. How about the speed on the bases and in the box right now? Bernardina, Desmond, and Morgan. That's why Niger calls them the track Nats.
They can run. I mean, you have Maxwell on the bench. He can run.
Look how good Niger's been with 2 outs. Runners as they are, second and third.
Challenges him upstairs with a fastball. Chipper Jones was 5 feet in on the grass. Now he's just on the edge of the grass because he does not want to see a bunt laid down.
And with 2 strikes, he probably wouldn't bunt, but you never know when a little dribbler would stop in front of you. And here's the 0-2, target in. Well inside
nice
for a
pitch.
ball.
Nice try. Well, we want that same pitch for Livan Hernandez. That's a pretty good pitch by Kawakami. Throws a running 2-seam fastball right at the hip of Niger Morgan. Watch it come across the plate. Just a little late. Doesn't get the call.
Morgan on 2 hops to Martin Prado. The Nats get a couple of runs. First one on a big fly. Josh Willingham, his 91st career home run. 4th of the year, got him tied. And then Desmond gave the Nats the lead. Ryan's 5 away, Josh is 9 away, and the Nats 2-1 lead top of the third with Prado, Jones, and McCann coming up.
The hammer. Vislama Jamma from Alabama.
Here's Martin Prado, who hit that line drive right at Roger Bernardina last time. Now a word of warning here. It's 8 o'clock, just beyond the top of the hour. Twilight is falling on the ballpark, and outfielders on fly balls will be having problems for the next 15 minutes or so. You can lose a baseball up there real quick. In fact, I can hardly see the clock.
Great. Of course, it's hit right in the air, Bob.
Yes, it is, and Niger Morgan handles it. And here's Debbie with our FCA sideline report. Visit FCA.org, the Association for IT Pros. And Debbie, an update on John Lannon.
Well, Bob, 2 starts ago, John Lannon felt discomfort in his pitching elbow. He had an MRI. It didn't reveal any structural damage, just some swelling. So he's going to miss his next start and just rest to help alleviate the pain.
Well, it's there. You know, it's definitely keeping me from throwing the way I should. You know, I obviously wasn't the same the last few starts, and it's not fair to my teammates to go out there and not have my best stuff. So I'm going to shut it down for a little bit, and hopefully it goes away.
He had a cortisone shot. He said that his velocity wasn't affected, but he wasn't getting the life or movement on his finishes. What the team is going to do is wait a couple of days, and they could take somebody from AAA like a J.D. Martin, or go to the bullpen and have Miguel Batista or somebody like that make a spot start.
All right, Debbie, that would come up on Saturday. Josh Willingham unable to reach that ball by Chipper Jones, and he breaks an 0 for 15 with a ground rule double. And you see Chipper approaching 500 career doubles.
We heard a smattering of clapping by some of the Braves fans in attendance, and Chipper takes this ball the other way. The hammer tries to make the play. I don't know. He might have wanted to slide a little bit. That is, you know, both corners are so dangerous and come up on you so quickly that it's very hard to make a play down the line.
Here's McCann, who walked his first time.
I remember the beginning of last season, he had the eye problem, McCann. Then he came back and finished very strong.
Yes, he did. He had an infection in his eye. Went on the DL April 23rd, came back May 8th, ended up hitting 281 with 94 RBIs. So he only played 138 games. If he plays 150 games, he would have had 100 easy in the RBI department. Just an outstanding hitter.
You said it his first at bat. He's quality.
Yeah. Well, he's a product of that Cobb County Baseball League down there in Atlanta. Jason Hayward came out of there. Jeff Francoeur. A lot of other guys around baseball. But the Braves have kept an eye on some of those young guys from very early ages. Breaking ball, and the bat breaks into at least 3 pieces.
Well, and you had some good guys come out of Georgia Tech. Nomar Garcia-Parra.
Jason Varitek,
who's still playing. And by the way, Kevin Brown ripping the cover off the ball up in Boston. Hitting like 3-something. He's got 5 homers already. So Jason Varitek not starting every day. I think those old legs like the rest.
Not going quietly into the night.
No, he is not.
With Victor Martinez showing up there.
Not when I'm the El Capitan. Not going to get rid of me that easy.
1-2 to McCann. In fact, when Hayward comes up, I'll tell you a story I heard about when he was a youngster in that Cobb County League, and what happened when some scouts would show up who were not affiliated with the Atlanta Braves to watch him play. 2-2 to McCann, who reaches out and hits one to Desmond. Thought about going to third. He does the wise thing. Gets the out at first. 2 down in the inning with Troy Gloss coming up. Spend Mother's Day with your family right here at the ballpark on Sunday. First 20,000 fans through the gates against the Marlins receive a free water bottle presented by Harris Teeter. Stick around after the game for the first ever kids and moms run the bases. So moms, wear your sneakers, those lovely outfits you wear to the health club. Come on out to the ballpark and show the kids who's quicker.
Because Bob never notices that when he's on the treadmill.
Total focus, Rob. That's how you stay fit at my age.
See, if I took my eyes off the treadmill, I'd fall.
Yeah, same with me on the elliptical. 0-1 to Troy Gloss, who hit a sac fly to deep center first time up. Trying to tie the game right off the end of his bat. And it's foul.
How about that swing? Guy throws a 63. You're trying to hit it like it's a softball. He's not a lot of fun. Not a lot of teams want to face Livan Hernandez. He can put some guys in some slumps.
It does remind you of slow pitch softball when a guy's dropping a thing down on your back shoulder. And if you don't swing, they're going to call it a strike. Young Mr. Hayward next. 20 years old. Won't be 21 till August 9th. 1-2 to Gloss, who's 13 years older. Levon goes way outside. 2-2. He hits one hard to right. Bernardina. Yeah! Oh, yes! Woo! That makes up for the line drive he missed. Saves a run. And the Nationals still lead here in the third. He's a greyhound and a leaper. Beautiful catch. TNT, rethink possible. Beautiful night on the banks of the Anacostia. Nationals here at the ballpark leading 2-1. Roger Bernardina, spectacular.
That is totally laying out for a ball right there. If he misses it, well, one runs in and the guy's going to second, maybe third, but that makes up for the drop ball.
Parallel to the ground before he grabbed that one. And here's Guzman leading off the bottom of the third.
And I'll bet he hasn't done that too often in right field. Now, I'm sure in center field going out towards the left center field gap, he's made that catch. But it's nice having some speedsters out there in center and right field. Boy, it is nice.
Saw him break his leg on a spectacular catch out in left center last year.
And I got to tell you, as a former pitcher, when guys lay out for you like that, I mean, Levon didn't know even what to do. He's tickled to death, but I mean, it just fills you up with confidence.
Guzman hits it sharply. Backhanded pick by Prado. And that's how the bottom of the third gets underway with Ryan Zimmerman coming up next. And then Adam Dunn. Good to be back home. Rob and I always enjoy coming back and visiting our library with all of our books behind us and all of our familiar surroundings here after some what you would call cozy confines in Chicago and in Florida.
By the way, I'm going to get around to reading those one of these days.
We'll get some coloring books to put back there.
Cool.
Oh, I'm kidding.
That's okay. Kid, because you care.
It's all about team spirit up here, Rob.
But getting back to Bernardina's catch, that's the kind of stuff. We've got a Justin Maxwell in there, Willie Harris. Geez, how many Willie Harris catches has he done this year? So it's the kind of defense that you, when you're on the mound, are hoping for.
Zimmerman's ball by the barrier and uncatchable except for that gentleman. Nicely done, sir. Good fielding crowd tonight.
by the way. The wife and I went to the Air and Space Museum today. Everybody should visit that.
Now, is that the one out by the airport or the one down here?
It's the one in downtown, right by the other Smithsonian.
Cool.
Whew, stuff's flying around here. Flying saucer M&Ms.
0-2. Inside to Zimmerman. Well, if you ever get a chance to get to the one out by Dulles, it is truly amazing. The size of that building and the size of the airborne vehicles in there. 1-2 to Ryan. First out has been made here in the third. And a breaking ball is a good take. 2-2.
Well, and out by where we live in L.A., too, you have Air Force One is in the Reagan Library that we've gone out to see. And
that's a big library.
Yeah, piece by piece, put that plane back together on the inside of his motorcade and all of his bulletproof stuff. So there's great things all over the country.
2-2 to Zimmerman. Kenshin Kawakami and Ryan Zimmerman. Pulls that pitch to deep short. Omar Infante plays it perfectly for the second out. Wow, gorgeous.
Well, if you're not going to be known for being a great hitter, Omar Infante's known for being a glove man, and this is one of those type of plays where people know you and say, wow. Makes a great catch. He might not have Ian Desmond's arm, but he still gets rid of it. And with that quick release and getting rid of it early, that's how he was able to throw out Ryan Zimmerman.
Adam Dunn with 2 outs. Adam flied to center first time on an off-speed pitch. In that at bat, he went up and hacked it the first one, fouling it off to the left. This time he was taking. Interesting game up the road tonight. St. Louis beat Philadelphia 6-3 last night. Cardinals and the Phillies are scoreless tonight with Wainwright going against Hamels in a marquee matchup. They're in the 4th inning at Citizens Bank Park. The Mets are in Cincinnati and tied 2-2 with the Reds in the 4th. John Maine and Bronson Arroyo there. And the Marlins behind Anibal Sanchez entertaining the Giants. 1-0 San Francisco 4th inning down there. Outside, 3-1 to Dunn.
Well, you talk about last night's Phillies game. Joe Blanton came back, and now Ryan Madsen, after breaking his toe, had surgery. He's out at least 8 weeks.
Wow.
So, insult to injury there.
3-1 to Dunn. In the air, right center, near the scoreboard, and that's it for the Nats in the 3rd. Kawakami 5 in a row and a 2-1 Nats lead into the middle innings. military heroes who have returned home. There they are. Every night after the third inning, it's a wonderful time at our ballpark. Many of them are great community leaders. And Major League Baseball and People Magazine are looking for individuals who make a difference in their communities. 30 everyday All-Stars from around baseball will be honored at the All-Star Game in Anaheim. To nominate, go to peopleallstars.com. Top of the fourth, Hayward, Cabrera, and Infante. I mentioned Jason Hayward playing in that Cobb County League where so many young players have developed into major leaguers. Evidently, the local legend down there is that whenever somebody showed up to scout him who was not an Atlanta Braves scout, there were times when he would mysteriously not be able to be found in the ballpark that day or was not in the lineup.
So they didn't allow anybody but the Braves to scout this show.
Well, there are suggestions that at times that attempt was made. But I think it's great when a team can sign a hometown kid. The Braves have probably done more of that than anybody in baseball.
And when they couldn't get Tim Hudson originally, they traded for him and then signed him as a free agent or extension this past year.
Hayward walked his first time up. He's on a 4-game hitting streak, 7 for his last 14. Pulls that ball on a real slow one by Levon. I don't think we'll look up in the next year or two and Jason Hayward will be batting 6th very long. Next up is Melky Cabrera. In fact, someday when Chipper retires, I could see this guy as the 3 or certainly the 4 hitter. He'd be one of those guys you'd want to have his bat up there in the first inning every night. And a 2-2. Levon, 41 pitches first inning, 13 in the second, 15 in the third.
You're probably thinking, what do we do? Do we ask Levon if he's tired?
On an off-speed pitch, skied in the air, out of play. You know, I think Levon will tell them. Remember his first start, Rob, in New York?
Well, he didn't have a full spring training.
Yeah,
and
because we were wondering why he didn't pitch more. Levon told Jim after 7 innings, I've had it.
Right. No, I think if he's done, he'll tell them. He doesn't want to affect the outcome of the game. But
3-2, and there it goes to center. That ball is way back there, banging off the vehicle in dead center field. And Hayward's 8th of the year gets the Braves back even. That's one of the longest home runs we've seen to that area in this ballpark.
Well, he's just dripping with talent. The UPS store will tell you what happens to this ball that finds too much of the plate. 81 on this. Looks like a changeup. And as Bob said, we haven't seen too many balls go that far out of this ballpark. It was like McLouth's at bat, where they worked him and worked him and worked him into a situation where he made a mistake. And McLouth got the leadoff double to start the game on 9 pitches, and then that ball leaves the ballpark.
Well, usually when somebody hits a home run there, it just clears the wall. That thing was way in the back of that storage area back there, where they keep some of the BP equipment.
I don't even know what that truck vehicle is back there. Never even seen it move.
I hope it's bulletproof. Wow. 1-1 to Melky Cabrera. They're still talking about some of the home runs Hayward hit down at the Disney complex in spring training. Cabrera reaches out and strokes one to left. Josh Willingham right there for the first out. Infante and Kawakami the next 2. Here comes our smartphone with AT&T trivia. Who among active players the highest batting average against the Nats? Minimum of 100 plate appearances. Is it a Brave? 100 appearances, that would about
100 plate appearances.
Chipper and McCann.
Somebody in the division.
Well, I would probably have to go with Chase Utley. I know that Mr. Ibanez did not have 100 at-bats against the Nats last year. So is it a Brave or somebody within the division? Just looking at the Braves lineup, you would think that McCann and Jones would be the only two who have 100 at-bats against the Nats. One ball and a strike, and a big slow breaking ball fouled by Omar Infante. Something about Chase Utley just appears to me to be too obvious, and we've been tricked. It's not Kenshin Kawakami, I'm pretty sure of that. But he is next with one out here in the fourth. Levon jams him. Ball hooking down the line and just foul. Very close to a solo homer, right down at that 336 mark.
I don't know why they're trying to pitch Infante in. He's a light hitting, not a even good hitting backup infielder. And he tries to sneak a fastball inside. Infante was waiting on that thing. I don't think you should go there again.
Ryan Zimmerman had a big exhale on our replay there.
Well, I mean, if Infante's going to beat me, especially in this ballpark, I'm going to throw him stuff away. Let me see that guy try to take it deep to right field.
Levon's given up 3 homers this year. No coincidence, all of them solos. And a 1-2 pitch here. There he goes away. Desmond on a hop. Adam Dunn stays on the bag, and the runner is out.
Great play by Dunn. Nice play by Ian.
How about that range at shortstop?
Well, he's a fantastic shortstop. And the more reps he gets out there, he gets better every day. More confident. Off the end of the bat, snaps the bat. And then Desmond and Dunn, I thought he caught that on the fly and just chucked it over there for the heck of it. Let's see. No, he catches that in the air.
Yeah, the second base umpire, Bill Miller, signals safe, meaning the ball hit the ground, but he missed that.
I thought he caught it in the air when the first, forget the replay.
Here's Kawakami. And he's going to go cleanly up the middle. That's his first hit this year, and the 5th hit in 48 career at-bats.
Didn't see that coming.
That'll extend the inning to Nate McLeod.
Levon kicking himself right there. 2 outs with the pitcher up. Let's see this one more time. This is the X-Mo catching the action. And that ball is caught on the fly.
But you know what? Ian did not assume the umpire called the hitter out, and he turned him through to first base. That shows me that his concentration level, and as we call it, his field awareness, was very good. He didn't try to sell it to the umpire. He just turned him through to first.
Well, what should we say about second base umpire Bill Miller? I mean, he was right on top of that ball and should have made the call correctly. He's still thinking about it. Did I not call that? No. Yeah, nah. I'll go home and I'll watch that replay.
He's not going to like what he sees.
The Masson Encore presentation. Well, you're not going to like it, buddy.
3-0 to McLeod.
You've been X mode.
This inning looked a lot easier than it now appears to be.
He's getting up to close to 100 pitches now, 91, and we're not through the 4th inning.
Wow. That will be Levon's 3rd walk of the night. It'll bring up Martin Prado, one of the best hitters in the league so far this year.
They're going to get the bullpen going. And with 20 straight games in 20 days, Lannon being shut down. You figure he's going to miss a start, but he may miss more than one start because it's going to take him time to get that elbow back, take the cortisone shot. That's 3 days off. You miss that start, you got to get yourself ready for the next one. He might miss a couple of starts. You don't want to mess around with a guy's arm anyway.
It's Walker up and throwing. Levon needs to shut down the 4th inning here, and then somehow get through 5 at least. You know, I was thinking about that trivia question. It might be Hanley Ramirez.
They might have had a holdover from our trip to Miami.
Well, it is still fresh in our minds. Not a pleasant memory. No balls and 2 strikes to Prado. And again, Levon needs to get this inning over right now. The hit by the pitcher really extending him here in the 4th. And a hot shot to Desmond, to Guzman, and the Nats are out of the inning. Josh Willingham will lead off. Last time he did, the ball went a long, long way. Here's our game summary after 3.5. Jason Hayward. Man, what a bomb that was, leading off the 4th to tie the game after Ian Desmond had singled in the Nats' 2nd run on the heels of Josh Willingham's leadoff homer back in the 2nd. Actually 1 out when he hit that ball after Adam Dunn had flied out, and that to the deepest part of the bullpen out there. And there's the Desmond base hit.
3 straight hits set up that run, but I don't think Kawakami is going to try to get in the Hammer's kitchen anytime soon.
How about the gray T-shirts? It's T-shirt Tuesday here at the ballpark. A big Curly W tonight.
Saw a bunch of workers from the Potomac Nationals come deliver those T-shirts.
Thanks to our buddies from Woodbridge. You know, it's only a half hour away. So here's Willingham. Kawakami about to throw his 50th pitch. Well, when the hammer gets hot, he's very streaky. As I mentioned, came into that last at bat only 3 for his last 24. Off-speed delivery, stays inside. 2-0. Giants now lead 3-0 in that game at Florida. Tim Lincecum pitching tonight. He's in the 5th inning and has given the Marlins only 2 hits. Willingham got jammed. Ball not hit that hard. Chipper Jones for the first out in the 4th. There was a shocking end moments ago to the Geico President's race. As usual, Rob, Teddy had the lead. When he lost the lead, I was shocked at what he did right here.
Well, he basically said to those 2 presidents, if I can't win, you're not going to win.
And here's tall Tom Jefferson with the W. George Washington, by the way, jumped on Teddy, wrestling style, shortly after that incident.
Yeah, but Teddy's a rough rider. You're not going to mess around with Teddy.
Here's Pudge Rodriguez 1 for 1. Hitting .409. Kawakami's given up 5 hits to the Nats. 1 strikeout on the front end of a strike him out, throw him out double play. Hasn't walked anybody.
Well, a lot like Levon with a little bit better fastball in the 90 to 91 mile an hour range. But he will change speeds on the ball a lot like that man right there, the magician. And I've seen Levon hit 88 on the gun tonight and 61. That's a pretty good differential.
Two and one.
See that forkball grip in his glove.
And Rodriguez in the air to right center. Oh, Hayward made the call and McLeod cut right in front of him for the second out. Here's Roger Bernardino, who has a base hit, has made an error, and then one of the greatest catches of the year.
Well, you can call that error a push after that. That was at least 1 run saved right there by that catch, and Levon knows it. And Roger can just smile now, as before he was kind of upset by that error early in the 1st inning.
Well, let's see him get another hit here.
Look at that average jump from 91 to 167.
Nats are waiting for somebody to take charge of right field. There are reports that Michael Burgess is just tearing it up in the minor leagues this year. That's a name to think about for the next couple of years for right field. 21 years of age. Big strong kid at 6'2". Mike Rizzo had his own press conference before Jim Riggleman's this afternoon, talking about a lot of the things in the organization. And he did tell us that rehab programs are coming along very nicely for Ross Detweiler and for Jordan Zimmerman, who's now pitching live batting practice.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
He said that Zimmerman's throwing about 75 to 80% in those bullpen sessions. And Bernardino will pop it up out behind short for Omar Infante. He also said Detweiler could be the first guy to leave Florida soon and go out on a rehab. 2-2 into the 5th.
Nationals Park. These young ladies having a great time at the ball game. We are tied up at 2. Now, today the Nationals announced that Steven Strasburg will be promoted to AAA. He's going to start on Friday, and Mike Rizzo said he is up for the challenge.
He's excited for the new challenge. It's a step in the direction that he wants to be in. Obviously his confidence level is high. He believes that he could be pitching in the big leagues right now, and that's the confidence level we want him to be at. But he understands that we're doing what's best for him and what's best for the franchise and the organization, and he's on board with every step.
And, of course, you can watch all the action right here on Mass, and we will have a tape delay of the game after Nats Extra, so you will get to see every pitch that Steven Strasburg throws in his debut with AAA Syracuse. Bob?
And Mike Rizzo said today that'll be somewhere in the 85 to 90 pitch range, or 6 innings, whichever comes first. Steven's had some adversity to deal with in his starts at Harrisburg. Lots of bad weather around that league, and it'll be a big night, I'm sure, at the ballpark. Look at this. Look at this. But Desmond throws it into the dugout. He had the play made on McCann coming from a deep shortstop shift position. And that's going to be a base hit and an error. Desmond's first error in about 3 weeks. Oh, Robbie played it perfectly with a bare hand.
There's a do-or-die play right here. McCann not known for having great speed. It's almost a swinging bunt. Desmond has to come a long way, and almost like he threw it too hard right there. A quick little flick of the wrist, and it just does a riser right over Adam Dunn. Kind of a tough error. That's a do-or-die play.
They have to give him an error, though, because the hitter went to second. Well, his range is amazing. Now the Braves have the lead run at second base with 1 out and Troy Gloss coming up. Gloss could make an argument that he's been the victim of larceny twice tonight. Once by Niger Morgan on that drive to deep center, and certainly the line drive to right center that Roger Bernardina dove and caught. So Gloss is swinging the bat pretty well. 5 for his last 9. Braves looking for a big year from a guy who had a wasted 09 because of that shoulder injury. Troy Gloss. Levon goes 2-0.
Well, and you want to be cautious with Strasburg to get back to that. Rick Porcello of the Tigers last year, 20 years old, threw 170 innings in the big leagues. In 24 innings this year, he's given up 41 hits.
Wow.
And he's got an 8 ERA, and he's not the same pitcher. So you just want to be cautious with these young arms. And I think he only had about 20 innings in Harrisburg, too. So it's, it's 110 last year, about another 40-50 instructional league in the Arizona Fall League, and you just can't throw 200, 220 innings on a young arm like that. It's got to be a progression. They know what they're doing. I know everybody wants them up here tomorrow or yesterday, but 22 innings. So 22 innings so far for Strasburg at the pro level.
Two and 1 to Gloss. Top of the 5th inning, tie game. 3-1. Drew Storen called up several days ago. Great line by Tom Boswell in the Washington Post. He said when Storen comes up here to join Clippard and Caps, it'll be clip, store, and save. That ball laced into the left field corner and well foul. It's a loud strike, 3-2. Tyler Walker up again. I think the Nats would be very happy to see Levon get through 5 in a tie game and then hit for him in the bottom of the 5th. He's due to bat second. Out to Desmond. Sharply hit ball, 2 outs. Nats take on the Marlins Friday. Come out early, the first 10,000 fans, 21 and older. receive a free cooler bag presented by Miller Lite. And don't forget, pregame brews are just $5 at the Miller Lite Scoreboard Walk Bar. Lots of fun at the ballpark on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights. Miller Lite party nights. And here's Jason Hayward. They're going to walk him. I don't blame them. Welcome to the world of sluggers, young man. They'll take their chances with Melky Cabrera.
Well, you know, the Braves fans are the ones doing the booing, not the Nationals fans. And you're going to walk a guy with 8 home runs to get to the guy hitting 200.
Who has no homers.
Right. So.
How about checking in on MASNsports.com and ask about the Nats? We'd love to get your email questions. You can also check out the latest blogs by announcers and other MASN contributors like Ben Gessling and Phil Wood. And Ben, more often than not, has live pregame chats going on to discuss what's going on as it happens during the game. Here's Cabrera. Melky with a ground ball to second, a fly ball to left. Braves have already stranded 6 runners today. So this becomes the biggest out of the night for Levon to get. On the verge of leaving the ball game, about to throw his 110th pitch with McCann ahead of Hayward at second and first. A base hit to the outfield does not guarantee the Braves a run here. McCann not that fast. The guy behind him is. Ball game in Philadelphia. Wainwright and Hamels now scoreless in the 6th inning in that ballpark. 2-0 pitch here on the corner. Nets have scored at Cincinnati and lead 3-2 in the 6th. David Wright's hit his 6th in that game and Brandon Phillips his 3rd. And the Marlins are still down at home in the 6th, 3-0 to Tim Lincecum and the Giants. The late reaction by Cabrera, and the count's even 2-2.
Carefully working Cabrera after he walked Hayward. Beautiful changeup, diving away at 77. Might even have been a two-seamer that he took something off. No one manipulates the ball quite like Levon. Now that Greg Maddux is out of the league.
On a pitch up, a fly ball to left. So Levon has to go 41 pitches in the first inning. He gets his team through 5. 1.7 miles north of us. The majestic Capitol Dome all lit up. to the bottom of the fifth. Now Saturday, Rob, during the fourth inning of a tight game with the Marlins, there were some interesting things happening on the field defensively.
Yes, there were, Bob, and an emailer actually pointed this out, and we value our viewers' views here. Sent this email in about the cutoff man not being in position, and right there you're going to see Adam Kennedy say, listen, the cutoff man should be over by the mound. Well, there's the cutoff man, Adam Dunn, and because that was such a hard line drive, didn't get quite to the position, so the throw actually is right on line with the cutoff man, Adam Dunn, except that he's 20 feet to the right of the mound. And that could have been a catastrophe had Pudge gotten injured more seriously than that. But sometimes on a quick line drive like that, you can't get the position of your cutoff guy. So Nyjer Morgan actually is not to blame for the errant throw. It was just a question of not getting your cutoff man and your target somewhere to kind of line yourself up with on the throw, and it wasn't in position. But you saw Adam Kennedy try to save it. So I'd like to teach as well as do these games, Bob.
Waiting for that breaking ball. Desmond high in the air, left center field. He's done it, and the Nationals lead 3-2. His second of the year, sixth major league home run, and the number 8 hitter has 2 RBIs tonight. And Rob, he had to supply all the power on that one.
Well, he waited perfectly, a lot like Jason Hayward. We got a couple of young bucks showing off in tonight's game. Ian Desmond right here takes that off-speed Kawakami curveball, and Kawakami kind of showing Levon a thing or two. Well, I'll take something off my curveball. Big mistake. The kid was waiting all over it.
And now Levon Hernandez still in the ball game. He was going to go back-to-back.
He gave that ball a jolt. Well, maybe a few years ago. He does have 9 career home runs, Bob, to go with the nearly 200 hits. But Levo.
And evidently 113 pitches, no problem. He'll stay in the game.
But I agree with what you said before, that in his first start, not that he took himself out, but he was honest. And you just want your pitchers to be honest. Listen, he was gassed. He did everything he could do for the ball club, and he just basically said, Skip, I don't have enough to continue bringing the bullpen. And I got a lot of respect for Levon with that.
Well, you might remember the game we did in Tampa on March 24th. Levon went 5 innings, gave up a run on 3 hits to the mighty Yankees, and they had their A lineup: Jeter, Johnson, Teixeira, A-Rod, Cano, Posada, Granderson. They were all in there. Swisher that night. That was really his only extended outing of spring training.
Well, and that's what we talk about, building up endurance. I mean, it's a question of, you're talking about Strasburg. Yeah, he's young. He's 21, 22 years old. But, for a pitcher to go out there, you need your legs underneath you, which means you've got to do a lot of running, a lot of endurance work, and things like that to build up those legs. And for Levon Hernandez at his age now, it's not just his legs. He's got to be able to physically go out there cardio-wise, run the bases, field his position, hit. If it was the American League, he'd get a lot more rest with the DH, but give him a lot of credit for being honest. And now, obviously, he said how many pitches he's got now. Give him credit for wanting to stay out there, to go out there for the 6th inning.
2-2 to Morgan. And a bouncer out to short. 2 outs here in the 5th. And we don't often start stories with 2 outs, but I want to pass on to you that baseball lost Ernie Harwell today. At the age of 92, great Tigers broadcaster, has been battling cancer. And Rob, I know that you share this feeling. He is one of the most sincere, wonderful gentlemen that any of us have ever met in this game. That golden voice from Georgia, lasting all through his career. He took wonderful care of himself, but he got cancer and he couldn't beat it. And we lose Ernie Harwell today at the age of 92, and I know hearts are heavy all around baseball.
Just like Harry Callis, you could say the voice of the Tigers has gone out.
Yeah, we're losing a whole generation of the greatest announcers ever.
What a wonderful man.
Oh.
Treated everybody with respect. He was wonderful.
1-0 pitch. 8 years ago, I ran into Ernie in Detroit, where he was pretty much retired, and I kidded him on the way in to the ballpark from the airport, because he was on billboards for Blue Cross Blue Shield like every mile. And I said, Ernie, you must be making a fortune. He said, Bob, I'm 84 years old. I just signed a 10-year contract with a 10-year option. That's the way Ernie Harwell looked at his life. And we are so sad to lose him. And a 1-2 delivery. Guzman. I think when a fan would make a nice catch, Ernie would call out a name in Tiger territory and say, that was a great catch by that fan from Ypsilanti. 3-2 to Guzman.
Well, and it's amazing that some broadcasters, because of their greatness, you identify with the ball club with their broadcasters. Vince Scully, Jack Buck, Harry Callis, Ernie Harwell.
Great swing by Guzman, who needed a hit from the left side in the worst way, and he finally gets one. Yeah, the list goes on and on. Harry Carey.
Harry
Ron
Carey,
Simmons out in the Bay Area.
Skip Carey is
with the Braves,
yeah, his son Chip right next door to us. I remember coming up to the big leagues and listening to Skip Carey doing the Braves, and then go and have Harry Carey, my first game ever on WGN, spelling my name backwards. The first time my parents ever saw me on TV pitching for the Reds. And he's like, Elbit Bohr. That name's just as funny backwards as it is forwards. And my parents are at home. So that's the way our son's going to be remembered for his first outing, spelling his name backwards. No. But Harry was wonderful. Just like Ernie Harwell and Jack Buck, Bob, they always would come over and visit with you so that they'd have a few nuggets of information that nobody else would have about you.
Ernie Harwell's still the only announcer who was ever traded for a player. When he was in the minor leagues, the Atlanta Crackers traded him.
That's right.
Well, and the thing about Ernie, and here's Zimmerman, 0 for 2. Ernie didn't have to do anything funny or cute or clever on the air. He gave it to the Tiger fans straight. And that wonderful voice of his will never be forgotten. Outside to Zimmerman, 1 ball, 1 strike. Ryan is struck out, front end of a strike him out, throw him out double play. Robbed in the hole at short by Infante, his second time up. Nats on top on the Desmond homer here in the 5th inning. They've out hit the Braves 7-5. Zimmerman up the middle. Kawakami knocks it down, keeps it close, and into the 6th inning we go. But Desmond's having a big night. Ian's second homer of the year, deep part of left center. Nats lead 3-2. Masson brought to you by your Washington Ford dealers. Your local Ford dealer invites you to experience Ford like never before. Ford, drive one. On a beautiful night in our nation's capital, on to the 6th inning. Well, evidently a sweet night for somebody. Infante Kawakami scheduled, and then McLeod here in the 6th inning. After 79 pitches, Kawakami could be through as Brooks Conrad waits to pinch hit.
And I know he ran out of time on that last Zimmerman hit back in the box, but he did have 3 gold gloves over in Japan, so he fielded that ball quite nicely. Well, it helps. You're a 5th infielder. You know, if you're pitching and balls just keep going right back up the middle, you're not helping anybody really. Getting the ground ball, but the guys keep getting hits off you, so that's an extra added bonus for guys like Levon and Kawakami that they can field their positions.
0-2 pitch outside to Infante. He's hit the ball twice to short, and Desmond's taken potential hits away from him both times. Big doings in Florida. Where Hanley Ramirez has hit his 6th homer of the year. And the Marlins score 3 in the 6th to tie the Giants. Lincecum was cruising along with a shutout. Levon's got it on the slow one. And then the quick comebacker, Brooks Conrad, will hit for Kenshin Kawakami here. You know, the Nationals, Rob, during the season so far, with a lineup that is potentially powered laden, really haven't hit that many home runs. They were tied with the Braves for the 3rd lowest total in the league coming in. They've hit 2 tonight. So nice to see the warm weather and the power starting to come.
Well, it is. It's nice to see it. And we know Adam Dunn's going to get hot. It's nice to see the hammer and Ian Desmond hit. But they've also been hitting very well with 2 outs, runners in scoring position. They've been doing a great job. And so maybe cutting down on some of the home runs. We're still scoring a lot of runs. We're in a lot of these ball games. And so the home runs are going to come. But I like seeing, like, you know, Nigel Morgan hitting over 300 with runners in scoring position and guys being more patient instead of trying to just go up there and swinging and striking out. So I think, you know, the home runs are going to come, but you also have to give the pitchers a little bit of credit. We have a very scary and intimidating lineup.
Brooks Conrad hitting for the pitcher. Conrad as a pinch hitter, 2 for 8 without an RBI this year. He's a 30-year-old switch-hitting infielder. Been in the big leagues for a couple of years with Oakland and the Braves. Last year, only 54 at-bats for Atlanta, hitting .204. He's a product of Arizona State.
Old school, no batting gloves. George Brett.
Yeah, about the only 2 guys in the last decade or so that I can remember without batting gloves. 2 decades, I guess, were George Brett and Andy Van Slyke.
Mark Grace.
That's right, Grace.
Moises Alou, and you don't even know how he kept his hands tough.
Let's not go there. And a 3-1 pitch. He walked him with a breaking ball off the plate inside. Levon's 5th walk of the night. 1 on, 1 out. Top of the order, Nate McLeod.
I think that'll do her.
Well, at the top of the order for the Braves, in all honesty, they've hit the ball pretty hard against Levon. Not all of them getting hits. But this is going to be a good effort by Hernandez with 123 pitches. By 11, the most he's thrown this year. He threw 112 in the complete game shutout of Milwaukee. A great effort, and he could be the winning pitcher tonight. It was a battle right from the get-go tonight as he throws 123 pitches, 71 strikes, leaves with a chance to be the winner. And here's our upcoming schedule. Next 5 ball games. Tomorrow night against the Braves, it'll be Tommy Hanson and Luis Adelano. Tim Hudson, Scott Olson on Thursday. Then the Marlins come in for the weekend. And the Nats will see Josh Johnson again in that series. Had to put up with him on Sunday when the Marlins took 2 out of 3 from the Nats. 1-on-1 out, top of the order, Nate McLouth and Sean Burnett.
How brave was Ernie Harwell, too, when he said goodbye to the fans in Detroit, saying that I'm ready to go on my next adventure.
Well, you know what? Ernie was a very religious, a very spiritual man. And for those who believe, they know where he is right now. Two balls and a strike to McLouth. A double, a walk, he's 1 for 2. First base, Brooks Conrad. And McLouth thought he could get a hold of an inside pitch there, but Burnett slipped it by him. Nate McLouth is a Michigan boy. He is from Whitehall High School, Muskegon area. And a save at second after the strikeout. Desmond came dancing across the bag to make the tag, but Bill Miller called Conrad safe. And by the way, that's the second strikeout of an Atlanta hitter tonight.
Well, right there, strike him out, throw him out, and Bill Miller, who missed another call.
He was not at the bag.
Not even close. Missed the line drive, caught by Ian Desmond, and now he misses that call there. So, Bill Miller, have a night, buddy. It's just unbelievable.
Only thing I can suspect
is he
thought
missed the tag.
Desmond didn't tag the runner. Here's Prado. That could be huge. It'll only take a base hit for the Braves to tie the game here. Did he tag him?
Let's see if he makes the tag. It looks like he swiped his butt, and he got him before he got to the bag. Well, win some, we lose a lot. Nice pitch.
Burnett drops it in there.
Well, and Prado is way up in the box. One of the first guys I've seen that's actually from the middle of the plate forward with his foot almost out of the batter's box. There's a good view of it. So he likes to try to get the ball before it gets to him.
Well, Sean Burnett was obtained from Pittsburgh because he's good against lefties and righties.
And they get a lot of work. So
yeah, the Nats have had so many right-handers in the bullpen the last year or so that he hasn't had much work at all against right-handers. Pretty much situational. Hard hit to short. Great play by Desmond because the runner right in front of him was shielding him from the ball. Nats survive. It's still 3-2. And it's been a tight one so far. 3-2 Nats on a couple of homers by Willingham and Desmond. Jason Hayward has hit one for the Braves. This game's also featured some really good defensive moments. And Ian Desmond and Roger Bernardino, despite making errors, Rob, they've been pretty steady and oftentimes spectacular tonight.
Well, we wanted to see what Jim Riggleman would do with these two young guys. He put them both back-to-back. Bernardino and Desmond down the order. Ian and Roger have both paid off. RBI single a little earlier in the ball game by Ian, and then that go-ahead home run by Desmond. So he's getting it done with the bat. We know he can play the field. We want to see him do it with the wood, too.
Adam Dunn leads off against left-hander Eric O'Flaherty, who takes over for the Braves here, his 12th appearance. Microscopic ERA, 1 earned run in 9 2/3 innings, and opponents hitting only 152 against him. There it goes. See you way later. 4-2 Nationals. Adam Dunn takes the team lead in home runs with 5.
Big bad Dunn. He heats up in May. We told you since 2003, 53 home runs. I'll make that 54. What a beautiful thing. Head down, breaking ball from a lefty. Not easy for a big left-handed swinger like Adam. He kept his head down in there, and bye-bye. Second deck.
Adam Dunn's 321st career home run. And the Nats have 3 solos tonight. Here's Willingham. Willingham has one of them, and he's pumping. And the ball off to the right.
Bob, even better. I was incorrect. It's 57 home runs, now 58 since 2003 in the month of May. May's his month, you know. April showers bring May home runs. I got Dunn's ball.
Right-hander Jesse Chavez for the Braves, because Rodriguez is next. Lefty Bernardino, then the right-hander Desmond. Off-speed pitch bounces, and the count's 3-2. O'Flaherty giving up his first homer of the year.
I was going to say, keep rattling off those stats. That was good luck.
Yeah.
So what was that minuscule batting average against?
1-something. 152.
152, okay.
Broken bat.
Get up there.
Up the middle, it's Infante playing it well for the first out.
Yeah, he's a glove man.
All right, here comes Pudge Rodriguez, who has not been a home run threat this year. Maybe that's one of the reasons O'Flaherty stays with the right-hander warmed up and ready. Here's Pudge. He's gone to center field twice. One a base hit, one a fly ball. Off-speed pitch. Rodriguez goes the other way, and a bouncer for Martin Prado. 2 outs. All right, here's our AT&T trivia, Rob. At first, I was going to go with Chase Utley, but I think I'm going to change my answer to Hanley Ramirez.
I'll go Chipper Jones.
Okay.
Just because it could be.
Oh, come on. Martin Prado with over 100 at-bats?
He's got over 100 at-bats already?
Plate appearances, they say. Which
wow.
counts walks and set flies.
Oh, man. You guys are always sticklers for details.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'd rather pitch to him than Chipper, Ramirez, or Chase Utley.
I agree. I'd like to know who's got the most home runs against us from those three.
Hanley Ramirez. Well,
Big Hanley? I think it's Chase Utley.
Yeah,
that's Hanley.
Yeah, Chase hits what, like
Chase
2 or 3 every series.
Yeah. He's had 4 against us.
I don't want to know. Don't tell us.
I don't want to know.
I can't take it. Rob, we're supposed to forget about the Phillies until July.
The Clippers up. It's always a good sign for us when Clippers getting up.
It's early for him, though.
2 innings. He had the day off yesterday, Bob.
True. Bernardina hits the ball sharply. Prado takes care of it this ball game into the 7th. But the Nats have blasted their way to 4 runs tonight. 3 of them on the long ball. I'm going to let you watch this baby fly. For 2. Chipper Jones will turn around and bat right-handed against Sean Burnett. And Jones right-handed this year, only 5 out of 22. He promptly laces one to center. Niger plays it the right way on a hop, and Chipper Jones is 2 for 4 tonight after going 0 for 14 coming in. If you know the best mom in Natstown, nominate her for Mom of the Game. In 300 words or less, tell us why your nominee should be featured as Mom of the Game this Sunday. Email your submission to mothers@nationals.com. Finalists receive tickets to the game Sunday, plus great prizes, exclusive on-field recognition. Now, you got to hurry. The submission period for your 300 words or less ends Thursday at midnight. Here's Brian McCann. He's walked and has an infield hit tonight. The Nats don't play a big shift on him because of a runner aboard. Quickly 0-2. This may be the number of the night. Brian McCann is still only just 26 years of age. Seems like he's been around forever. Sean Burnett disposes of him in a hurry. And it looks like Jim Riggleman now will come out and make a double switch. and bring in Tyler Clippard to hit against Troy Gloss, and then Hayward after that.
UPS store on the pitch track, a monstrous breaking ball way across the zone. That's what they call a sweeper. And he tried to sweep contact and missed.
Sean, 3 out of 4 batters, and here comes Clippard, a double switch. Nationals have played spectacular defense at times tonight. After Morgan, Desmond, Zimmerman gets in on the act. The best of the night, Bernardino. Worth another look.
I mean, I love the home runs, but you can't win without defense, and that was spectacular. And so let's move Roger over to left field.
So Willingham's gone, so the pitcher is hitting in the 5 spot for the Nats. And Justin Maxwell comes into bat 9th and play right. Here's Troy Gloss. 0 for 2 with a sac fly tonight. He hit the ball that Morgan caught out there in center. And Clippard with a first pitch fastball right in there. Couple of heaters to start out the big right-handed batter. High in the air to deep left center.
We got a guy there.
Morgan is under it. Front edge of the track. Tagging is Jones, and Chipper returns to first. Tonight's copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Crowd of 17,098 paid here tonight.
Ooh, nice pitch.
Hayward, 2 walks, hit one a mile the time in between, a leadoff homer in the 4th. He's hit 8, driven in 24 runs, tops among rookies in the National League.
Clippard goes a couple of change-ups against the young man. At least he keeps them low and away. We're going to come hard in on his hands. Do not let this young man get his arms extended.
Well, Jim Riggleman has his defense set up. He has his bullpen set up. Had him pulling it. Dunn can't reach it. Neither can Guzman. And it's 2 on, 2 out for Melky Cabrera.
Well, 4 out of 5 pitches to Hayward, change-ups. And he finally gets one and sneaks it through the hole. It's not the worst outcome in the world, but it keeps the inning going.
Melky Cabrera 0 for 3 tonight. He's been on at the plate with 5 runners aboard this evening, stranding all of them. Braves have left 9 already. The opportunistic Nationals have only stranded runners in 1 inning. And a strike. Chipper Jones led off the inning with a base hit up the middle. Hayward a 2-out single. Here's another one of those situations with some arms in the outfield. It's no guarantee Chipper Jones scores on a base hit. Hard breaking ball, a swing and a miss.
Oh, 0-1 pitch, a great breaking ball right there. 12 to 6, 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock. It just drops. And there you see the Exmo slow shows how far away Melky Cabrera was from actually making contact. What did Zim say about the Exmo, Bob?
That thing can make you look good and it can make you look real bad. And I am quoting.
That is Ryan Zimmerman's quote.
Might be the longest sentence I've ever gotten from Ryan. A man of few words. Oh, 2 again. Very late for that one is Cabrera.
Just a little tardy, so that should show you something, that he's not getting anywhere close to your fastball. Try to elevate it over his hands a little bit more.
Brad Lidge just blew a save in Philadelphia. Phillies led 1-0 into the ninth. St. Louis has tied that game. And the Giants give the Nationals some more good news. They just got 2 in the 8th. And they lead 5-3 at Florida. Mets are 4-4 in the 8th at Cincinnati. Here in Washington, Nats 4, Braves 2, top of the 7th. And another 0-2 pitch had Cabrera leaning but taking.
Once again, I mean, that was a hanging breaking ball after you just got 2 balls that he showed you he can't get around on the fastball. Got to be careful and recognize when a guy is tipping off that he's having trouble with some of your stuff. Don't help him.
Got him on the corner, looking at a fastball. Now Jim Riggleman really has his bullpen set up. Desmond coming up, then Maxwell and Morgan. And Ian's had a big night with a single, a homer, 2 RBIs. He's the difference in the game right now. A lot of homers tonight. Nats have gone solo 3 times. Willingham, Desmond, and Dunn, and Levon pitching well enough to stick around for a while. And Rob, a lot of solos tonight, but the guys are blasting away.
Well, and very nicely done, too, against Kawakami. He's not easy to take deep. Nice by patience by Willingham, Desmond, and then big bat Dunn off the left field Flaherty, who nobody was hitting this year, except for the big man from Tejas.
Mike Rizzo right behind one of his prized prospects, Ian Desmond. 2 for 2 tonight. He's now 8 for his last 22. And rookie left-hander Johnny Venters.
Well, about another month, too. Mike Rizzo's and his evaluation team would be drafting some young bucks. Maybe Bryce Harper with the #1 pick.
Yeah, there's another draft coming right around the corner.
Things are getting better for the Nationals all the time.
It's going to be an expensive #1 pick again, isn't it? No matter which way the Nats go.
Mr. and Mrs. Lerner were with us at the end of this last trip. They want to win.
Outside to Desmond. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ian's batting average now up to .267. He hit .280 when he got to the big leagues last September.
Look at that. 23 of his 43 hits in the big leagues, Bob. Extra bases.
That's sweet.
I mean, he just puts a charge into it. It's just getting a little bit more consistent with the contact. He's got the speed to easily leg out some infield singles and some nice singles into doubles.
Desmond hits one out to center. It'll hang up for Nate McLouth. And the bottom of the 7th is underway. Let's talk about Chili's. ChilisBaseball.com, and you might win a VIP baseball trip. And, of course, we know it's all in the preparation at Chili's. Here's Justin Maxwell. Haven't seen much of Max lately. He's 4 for 23 with a homer, 3 RBIs in 14 games. Playing time in right field curtailed a bit since Roger Bernardina showed up. By the way, that game in Philadelphia, Cole Hamels gave up that run in the 9th. Brad Lidge came in to finish off the inning. St. Louis had runners at first and third and 1 out, didn't score, and the Phillies are batting now bottom 9, tied 1-1.
You talk about all the local Atlanta kids on their team. Justin Maxwell from Bethesda, Maryland.
Yes, sir. Ryan Zimmerman. I think Tidewater area is local enough, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Outside. You know, Justin Maxwell has been more selective this year. That is his 11th walk. And so he's aboard with 1 out. And Niger Morgan coming in. So Bobby Cox really playing left-handed baseball with his bullpen tonight. Of course, his other left-handers, Billy Wagner, who's going to hang it up when this year's over, huh?
That's what he said. But he didn't know at the end of last season when he finished up with the Red Sox what he was going to do, and quickly signed with the Braves.
He's 13 saves away from 400.
He's gone through a lot in the last few years. And, you know, the whole Tommy John and coming back, they took it out of his hamstring and bothered his leg for a long time.
Runner going, and a good jump. Ground ball right at Prado. And Maxwell's in the scoring position now with 2 outs. Niger Morgan 1 for 4 tonight. Christian Guzman 1 for 3 as he tries to step up and give the Nats a 3-run lead here in the 7th.
Well, and he's been hitting from the right side a lot better than the left side, although he did get a hit tonight. Loves the #2 hole.
Right side, he's been a terror. 13 for 37, 351.
sure Jim Riggleman can afford to back Christian in the 2-hole as long as Desmond and Bernardina and the bottom of the order make it pay off.
And how about that sock and speed in your number 7 and 8 spots? This lineup really sets up well. No contest which side of the plate Guzman's most effective from at the moment. There's a base hit, left field. Here comes Maxwell, and the Nationals lead 5-2. It's a 2-hit night for Christian Guzman, who collects his 9th RBI.
Well, it's a pitch right down Broadway to Christian, and as Bob said, from the right side. You know, most guys, you turn them around from the left to the right, and you're getting kind of an advantage, but not with Christian. He just rails from the right side. Big RBI there. 6 outs to go. Get 3 runs up. That's a nice job right there by Guzman and Max.
So the walk really hurts the Braves. And then Jim Riggleman starts Speedy Maxwell on the ground ball. Then he scores on the base hit. Chipper Jones will go the short way to second. Ryan Zimmerman 0 for 4 tonight, but his teammates are picking him up. And after 7, the Nats lead 5-2. Well, the Nats have done a good job of building a little picket fence the last 3 innings. That young lady having a great time with Dad tonight here at the ballpark. 8th inning coming up. And the Nats, after scoring 2 in the second, have put single runs on that picket fence in the 5th, 6th, and 7th. Shoring up the defense further, Adam Kennedy takes over at second base for Christian Guzman, batting second. Tyler Clippard's still in there. Infante, Eric Hinsky, and then Nate McLeod for the Braves in the top of the 8th. Infante goes up and hits one to left. Bernardina circling, and a very quick out to start the 8th inning. Eric Hinsky, 32 years of age now. 5 years with Toronto. He's been with the Red Sox, the Rays, the Pirates, and the Yankees, where he played 39 games to finish up the season last year. Didn't play in the division series or the LCS for the World Champions, but had a walk and scored a run in 1 game of World Series action. And Clippard had him waving at that off-speed pitch.
Well, a guy that's looking first pitch fastball to probably hit for a home run, and he gets a changeup. He can only smile about it.
Then a nasty breaking ball gets him on the hands. Maxwell is there. 2 down. Voting is open for the All-Star game in Anaheim. Send your favorite Nationals to this year's game by voting up to 25 times at Nationals.com. Vote early, vote often, and today at www.nationals.com. Next up, Nate McLouth. And can Clippard close out the 8th inning in quick fashion here? 1, 2, 3 innings have been hard to come by. Levon only had 1 tonight, and that was in the 2nd. Zimmerman over to have a look. It's coming back. But even Ryan can't reach that one.
Zim did the right thing, Bob, on that play. You find the wall and the fence first, and then he's in touch with his peeps. And hey, sorry I knocked your beer over, and give me 5. Find the railing, then try to find the ball.
Two balls in, a strike to McLouth. Very tardy. Strike 2.
Well, you got 3 runs. You got to get one more out, and it's probably Matt Cap's time. You want to challenge these guys. You don't want to walk them. So the 2-1 pitch, upstairs fastball. Here it is, and see if you can hit it.
Right down the middle. McLouth obviously not expecting a belt-high fastball. Braves are gone in the 8th. Top 5-2. Always important to get the first game of a series, but especially when you're facing Tommy Hanson in game 2. 2.17 ERA in his career against the Nats, 2.28 and a 2-0 record. Luis Adelano, though, is also 2-0. 6 innings against the Cubs his last time out, and his major league career is off to a fantastic start. We'll get you going at 6:30 Nats Extra with Johnny and Ray, presented by your Washington Ford dealers. Good matchup of young arms here tomorrow. The shift is on for Adam Dunn. Right-hander Jesse Chavez, 26 years old. They got him from Tampa Bay in a deal last December for reliever Rafael Soriano. But he pitched for the Pirates before that. And here's Adam Dunn, who hit one a DC mile last time up. That's on the inside corner, quickly 0-2.
Well, we saw him a little bit with the Pirates last year. He's got a good arm. So Chavez can throw it anywhere from 90 to 98 miles an hour on a good night. Six on his changeup.
Home plate umpire Mike Riley would not allow the appeal. He said it's a ball. If the home plate umpire, sure, he doesn't have to ask the third base ump. 1-2 to Dunn. It's like a golf swing. If it doesn't feel right, step away.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Pretty good pitch. Just a bit outside.
That was a 3-1 pitch, evidently. And Adam Dunn walks. First walk of the night, 19 on the season. And pitch hitting here will be Alberto Gonzalez for the Nats. And, of course, this is in Tyler Clippard's lineup spot. The Nats have 2 relievers throwing. One of them, if it's a save situation. And another, Miguel Batista, if the Nats score here and lead by 4.
Well, and then you save Caps for possibly tomorrow, maybe going 2 innings. And you might even see, 4 and 5 outs from Caps from time to time, depending on how many we throw Tyler Clippard out there for.
Willie Taveras pinch running for Adam Dunn. This is what Jim Riggleman talked about this afternoon. He now has used 4 of his 5 position players. Willie Harris, the one who hasn't gotten in yet, and he doesn't want to use Will Nieves because everything's going fine with Pudge. Alberto Gonzalez hitting .290 as a pinch hitter. He's 1 for 8, but overall he's 9 for 31. He has fulfilled his role as a pinch hitter and a defensive replacement perfectly so far. Pudge Rodriguez, 1 for 3 tonight.
Well, and versatility is the key to Alberto's game right now. He got a shot to play every day last year, and he still may get back there someday. But right now, his versatility keeps him in the big leagues. Can play third, short, and second, pinch hit, pinch run. I mean, he's a guy that plays excellent defense.
Lays down a beautiful bunt. Pitcher to the first baseman, 1-3 on that one. And Alberto Gonzalez pushes Willie Taveras with that great speed of his to scoring position with 1 out. Now the Nats have 2 shots to make it a 6-2 game. Nats Extra presented by Verizon Fios coming up after the game tonight. Levon, well, he didn't break down 41 pitches in the first inning. I'm sure Ray Knight will admire the way that Levon pitched into the 6th inning after all that early madness. Jim Riggleman and the media, and complete, not partial, complete reaction for the Nats clubhouse.
82 pitches after that first inning, Bob. And I thought he did a wonderful job. He had to be pretty well gassed after 41. But as you said, and Chavez crosses up his catcher right there, nearly breaking his wrist. But, you give up 1 run there when it could have been a disastrous beginning of the game. And that basically, he got a save in the first inning for what he did, that kind of job. That's picking up your team when a guy like Roger Berndina, a young guy, makes an error, and Levon Hernandez, a veteran, goes 41 pitches just to get you out of that jam.
It's one of those nights when you can look at almost any spot in the lineup, well, really every spot, and they've contributed with the bat or at least defensively. In fact, Ryan Zimmerman is the only starter without a hit tonight. That's low to Pudge. 2 balls, no strikes, but Ryan has defended well as always. Five more games on the homestand. Come on by and visit with us. 888-632-NATS. You'll see some good young pitchers tomorrow night. Tommy Hanson and Luis Adelano. Braves are here through Thursday. Then the Marlins come in for Mother's Day weekend. Hope you can join us. You missed a beautiful night of weather tonight if you didn't come down. And the count to Pudge Rodriguez goes to 2-2. Two-two pitch. Well struck to left field. Here comes Taveras. Listash will hold him. Cabrera covered that ball in a hurry, and runners are at first and third with 1 out. And for Pudge Rodriguez, his 11th multi-hit game of the year. Can we see enough of this catch by Roger Bernardino, Rob?
Well, it'd be a touchdown in football, Bob, and Gloss hits a hard screamer in the gap, and touchdown. Levon's going, I knew when I threw that Hail Mary you'd catch it. That's a heck of a catch.
After he dropped a line drive earlier that gave the Braves a first inning run.
See, now you had to be a downer. And to bring up the drop ball.
Just the facts, sir. We're not covering anything up here.
Listen Friday.
We take the bad with the good. And by the way,
covering up anything up here.
Levon only gave up 1 earned run in his 5 1/3 innings tonight.
I still love you, Roger. It's Bob that said that. Bob was saying that.
I really like this base hit in the second inning. And the RBI he's about to collect here.
That would be sweet. Nice little fly ball to the outfield.
Matt Capps would probably sit down with that happening.
Well, that's basically you'd give credit to Roger Bernardino with the blown save, as we joke in the clubhouse after.
Little bouncer, right side.
Not gonna get
no
him.
chance to come home. And safe at first is Bernardino, as Troy Gloss kept turning around trying to figure out where he was going. And the Nats lead at 6-2, as the Braves have been one of the sloppiest defensive teams in the league this year. They might give him a hit for beating that out.
Well, and some players might not hustle down the first baseline, but not Roger. He's getting right out of the box, hustling down the line right there, and that play is made because of Roger Bernardino's hustle as Gloss looks at the runner. Oh, then a second. Then, I'm just going to get the out at first, and by that time, Bernardino's well by the bag.
Matt Capps has already stopped warming up. They'll give him an RBI no matter which way it is scored. So the 7 and 8 hitters for the Nats have driven in 3 runs tonight.
I mean, Troy looked at third, second, and then flipped the ball to Chavez. I can't blame Chavez on that. Come on, Troy. Troy's a former really good third baseman earlier in his career. He knows better than that.
Roger Bernardino given a hit on that play. So he has a 2-hit night. Desmond's already 2 for 3. He takes one down the middle. 6-2 Nats in their first meeting of the year with the Braves. Still only 1 out. Desmond going opposite way as he was jammed. This is not a light-hitting shortstop. This is a legitimate power hitter in the 8-hole. Ooh,
nice pitch.
Perfect slider at the knees, and Jesse Chavez didn't get the call.
We'll take it, but Chavez throws a beautiful slider right here. Maybe it fooled the umpire, but this is right in the middle of the heart of the plate. Ball. Another shot for Ian to get his RBI right here.
On a pitch up, he'll foul it away.
Look at Pudge. He's such a little kid. That's why we love him.
Yeah. Both of those guys on base have 2 hits tonight.
Put a charge on right here. Nice try by Chavez inside. Can't get the outside slider, can't get the inside heater. What do you think? Changeup?
I wouldn't throw this guy a fastball.
Don't throw a young buck a fastball. He might lose another one.
3-2 pitch with 1 out. He goes fastball.
Ooh, look out.
Look out, Dan Radisson.
Dan Radisson doing a little quick step right there.
Former minor league catcher Dan Radisson. Longtime ally of Jim Riggleman. He was drafted as a catcher by St. Louis. Jim was in that organization for many years, listing Whitey Herzog as his primary influence. And now Desmond, who thinks he was walking, is called out on strikes for the 2nd out of the inning. That'll bring up Justin Maxwell.
Well, Chavez pretty much, Bob, surrounded the plate here, and then he gets one low and gets a call.
That was not as good as the slider he threw earlier.
And it was not as good as the pitch inside, but you know what? Sometimes 95 is not easy to pick up. McCann is a big guy back there. I'm not saying that he blocked him out, but, you know, he got a call. Now it's time to get a big 2-out hit right here if you're J-Max.
Outside to Maxwell, who walked and scored a big run last inning. In fact, Braves relievers have given up 2 consecutive leadoff walks that have come around to score. And the inning before that, Adam Dunn's leadoff homer got the Nats on the board. 2-0 to Justin Maxwell as we reach the 10 o'clock hour here at Nationals Park. Nats with a record at home of 8-6. The Braves are the 2nd worst team on the road in all of baseball at 3-10. Only the Orioles at 3-11 are worse coming into this Tuesday of action. And the Orioles are about to go 3-12, trailing 3-1 late at New York.
There's that good Chavez fastball right there, 95.
4-1 Yankees now in that game.
I mean, if he spotted that fastball a little bit better and laid off the breaking balls and changing, this guy would be really tough to hit off of.
3-1.
It just looks like mechanically he falls towards first before he lets it go. And I'd move him to the right side of the mound, especially against right-handers. Scare the heck out of righties.
Yep, that's a good one, running up and in. Most big swingers have a hole in their swing at that location.
Yeah, and this kid can bring it. See him on the first base side of the rubber. That ball tailed across the plate.
3-2 pitch. Runners moving. Swing and a miss, and the Nats are gone in the 8th. They pick up a run and lead by 4 into the 9th.
Another W tonight. Now, if they do go on to win, there will be a player of the game, and they will get to wear the Elvis wig. Here's Ryan Zimmerman on the added incentive.
I guess the incentive was to put a stupid wig on and look like an idiot in front of everyone in the nation, I guess. But no, it's something fun, and it's something that is unique to our team, and that's important. I think every team needs to have something like that and something to joke around with, and it's an important part of I guess our chemistry.
And there's a look at the silver sacred wig, as Nigel Morgan calls it. That was actually Nigel's Halloween costume one year, and Ryan told me that the guys all came up with the idea to hand it out. Now, they all pretty much know who the player of the game is, but if there's ever a decision that has to be made, Ryan told me that Pudge Rodriguez gets to make the final call, guys.
The right of seniority. That's the way it should be. And, Rob, I know you know how important those things are. Just, something a little goofy that pulls the ball club together when things are going well.
Little things. I mean, like with the Yankees last year, they had the whole pie in the face deal. With the Rays the year before.
Miguel Batista gets the call because it is not a save situation. The Nats up by 4. But it's Prado, Jones, and McCann, 2, 3, and 4 for the Braves. If Atlanta would get 2 men on base, it would become a save situation.
And then Capper quickly get up and get in. But Joe Madden had a lot of cool sayings a couple of years ago, and then he would have on road trips, they dress alike, all white outfits. They call it a white out, all black outfits, another trip. And everything in your wardrobe had to be black. So Joe Madden did a lot of things that unified the team. And I just think it's a cool thing. Anything you can get the guys all on the same page, thinking the same way. So nice job by Niger and Zim, and obviously all of them for getting involved with the Elvis wig deal.
And Batista pumps a 3-1 fastball in there. Martin Prado, one of the league's leading hitters, 0 for 4 tonight. The Braves came in hitting just .238.
Capper's just kind of playing with the rubber down there in the bullpen and going along with the inning. There he is. Throw wide.
Ball laced out to center. Nigel Morgan right there for the first out. Ford drive of the game from your Washington Ford dealers. Adam Dunn, and this baby went way upstairs.
He doesn't get cheated. So big bad Dunn, what did he do? He took that curveball and he gave a happy fan a souvenir. Took the team lead in home runs. His 58th May home run since 2003.
Chipper Jones 2 for 4 tonight. Good run on that fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pudge whipping that ball back to the veteran pitcher.
I was just going to say, you know what? I never liked it when my catcher threw it back harder than I threw it to him.
He's not happy because he's gone to 2 3-ball counts here. Now he's really going to be unhappy.
He's just such a leader from behind the plate. And I'm glad you noticed that little subtle deal. Look at him. Come on, settle down.
Catchers are like closers. They want the game over in a hurry. Get out of here.
Well, not just closers. They're psychiatrists, too, or bartenders. I mean, they got to hear all the pitcher's problems. And with Pudge, I think everybody probably goes to Pudge with their issues. A lot of the young Latin players following him around. Adelano, Alberto Gonzalez, they just love him.
By the way, the Nationals will not tie the Phillies for first place tonight. Carlos Ruiz has homered in the bottom of the 10th, and the Phillies beat St. Louis 2-1.
mean, I think any player, in order to try and find out what the secret is to the longevity of a career like Pudge Rodriguez's, you just hang around the guy. You're trying to hope some of that stuff rubs off on you, especially the knowledge part of it.
Yeah.
And a great slider. And a lot of guys, too. He took a heck of a hit by Cody Ross down in Florida, Bob. A lot of guys could have taken a couple of days off to get 100%. I'm sure that his knee isn't right. Probably hurting. Got a couple of hits tonight. Playing the whole game.
He was scheduled to get Sunday off anyway. Then the off day yesterday. Here he is tonight. Couple of hits. He guided Levon into the 6th inning after a rough start. Handling his 4th pitcher of the night. And 2-2 to McCann. That ball thrown away. And if the Braves get one more runner on, we'll see Matt Capps. Wild pitch.
Well, there he is, the delivery man of the month. For the month of April, Matt Capps in the National League. 10 for 10 in saves.
Jim Lett keeping him abreast of what's going on.
I go back to like 1983 with Jimmy Lett. Jimmy Lett's been around forever. There you go. Delivery man of the month.
3-2 pitch.
Well, it's no longer the Rolaids reliever of the month. That used to make your manager sick. So give him some Rolaids. So, I never understood that.
Well, I thought the whole thing was the manager has to take some Rolaids, and you're the guy who lets him take it easy.
Oh, look at that. Nationals ERA. That's outstanding.
Nice. 3-2 pitch up the middle. Chipper Jones will score. It's a 6-3 game, and that should finish Miguel Batista. Brian McCann with his 9th RBI of the year.
Yeah, but a good setup guy, Bob, gives up that run and gets you in the game to get you a save.
And Jim Riggleman might be making another double switch here, using Willie Harris somewhere. We'll see. So Batista only gets one out in the 9th. Gives up a hit, walks a batter, and creates a save situation. And Willie Harris appears to be the Nats' 3rd right fielder of the night. Matt Capps has been perfect, 10 for 10. Troy Glaus and Jason Hayward, the 2 batters between him and number 11. Here in D.C., Nats lead the Braves 6-3, a runner aboard with 1 out in the 9th. And against Troy Glaus, Matt Capps, Willie Harris will come in, play right field, and bat 4th. Pitcher is back in the 9 spot, and it's Capps seeking number 11. Let's go Caps, they're chanting.
Oh, I thought they were chanting Final Countdown.
Singing that moments ago. Troy Gloss is 0 for 3 with a sac fly. Power matchup here. Jammed him, and Gloss hit that ball right off of his front leg.
Ow. This is coming into your living room right off the shin. Ow. He'll have a shin burger tonight and then a shin guard tomorrow. But that hurts. Now, what was that spray? You know the name of the spray they used to spray on that stuff.
Ethyl chloride.
And they'd come out, they'd spray this like freezing spray on it, like that's going to take away the pain for more than 10 seconds, burn the skin off your leg, and then make it worse. It'll be okay. Let's just spray this, like, 200 below zero spray on it and make it feel better.
Giants and the Marlins are now in the 10th. Marlins got 3 in the 8th with Dan Uggla hitting a homer, 6-6 that game. And the Mets just got a run in the 9th and won at Cincinnati 5-4. So there's some drama in some ball games involving the East tonight. When you consider the Phillies scored in the bottom of the 10th to win on Carlos Ruiz, first homer of the year. Nats trying to close out their 14th win right here. Oh, 2 to Gloss. Jim Riggleman trying to almost even the Nats record against the East. They're 5-7 right now. The Braves are just 1-5 against the division. And a 1-2 pitch. Ground ball, Zimmerman to his left. That's a game-ending double play on a good pick by Adam Kennedy. And Matt Capps, 11 for 11. And that was not an easy ground ball for Zimmerman either. The Nats playing fantastic defense.
Total team effort tonight. Bottom of the order did a great job offensively. Zim obviously didn't have a great night at the plate, but defensively he's amazing. And there you see the pick. Great leather flash by Adam Kennedy. Alberto Gonzalez with the quick flip. But there you go, 11 for 11, Capper.
Matt Capps puts a quick end to this evening. The Nats have game 1 of the homestand and the series.